or as I like a man in whom there is something of the old, so I like a man in whom there is something of the young, and he who follows this maxim in body will possibly be an old man, but he will never be an old man in mind. This shows how a man who practices exercise and self-control can preserve some of his original vigor even when he grows old. Mine is the disaster, if disaster there be, and to be severely distressed at one's own misfortunes does not show that you love your friend, but that you love yourself. Justice looks for no prize and no price, it is sought for itself, and is at once the cause and meaning of all the virtues. The worst kind of injustice is to look for profit from injustice. Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. I have taken a moment here to rest, to steal a view of the glorious vista that surrounds me, to look back on the distance I have come. But I can only rest for a moment, for with freedom come responsibilities, and I dare not linger, for my long walk is not ended. There is no passion to be found playing small in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. Everyone can rise above their circumstances and achieve success if they are dedicated to and passionate about what they do. I hate race discrimination most intensely and in all its manifestations. I have fought it all during my life. I fight it now and will do so until the end of my days. No man is hurt but by himself. There are two things a person should never be angry at: what they can help and what they cannot. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others. Quality is not an act, it is a habit. People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. Every heart sings a song, incomplete, until another heart whispers back. Those who wish to sing always find a song. At the touch of a lover, everyone becomes a poet. Riches do not exhilarate us so much with their possession as they torment us with their loss. Music is a moral law. It gives soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and charm and gaiety to life and to everything. I don't need a friend who changes when I change and who nods. When I nod, my shadow does that much better. Moral excellence comes about as a result of habit. We become just by doing just acts, temperate by doing temperate acts, brave by doing brave acts. Anyone can become angry. That is easy, but to be angry with the right person at the right time, and for the right purpose and in the right way. That is not within everyone's power, and that is not easy. Excess generally causes reaction and produces a change in the opposite direction, whether it be in the seasons, or in individuals, or in governments. Those who intend on becoming great should love neither themselves nor their own things, but only what is just, whether it happens to be done by themselves or others. Therefore we say that if you give the little finger to the devil, he takes the whole arm, and finally the whole body. If a man knows more than others, he becomes lonely, which is not necessarily inimical to companionship, for none is more sensitive to companionship than he is, and companionship thrives only when each individual remembers his individuality without identifying himself with others. Where love reigns, there is no will to power, and where the will to power is paramount, love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other. Who adopts the standpoint of Eros finds his compensatory opposite in the will to power, and vice versa. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, in order to avoid facing their own soul. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. There is a mystical fool in me that proved to be stronger than all my science. We cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. We cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. The least of things with a meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it. Every form of addiction is bad, no matter whether the narcotic be alcohol, morphine, or idealism. Often the hands will solve a mystery that the intellect has struggled with in vain. The shoe that fits One person pinches another. There is no recipe for living that suits all cases. Great talents are the most lovely and often the most dangerous fruits on the tree of humanity. They hang upon the most slender twigs that are easily snapped off.